Have I become your enemy?
Because I tell you the truth.
The devil comes to you, right? And so I'll give you $100 million, but I want you to turn your back on God. Would you turn your back on God, or will you take that $100 million?
You know, in Hollywood and in the industry and the stuff we do, there's a lot of like insider secrets to keeping your career going.
I'm telling you facts. Hear it. This industry is not what it seems to be. Listen, this is a rapper. You got 200 followers. I bet you there's rappers in here right now that can rap way better than you. You can rap way better than me. You will never be where I'm at because this industry is rigged. It's rigged.
Everything else is crap. I promise you.
I believe that I had to become a famous, idea.
Yeah.
And get all the stuff that people dream about, and accomplish a bunch of things that that look like success.
Everything around us that we call life was made up by people that are no smarter than you.
And it looks great. I mean, it looks great when you got a cool car and you got good, nice clothes, and and you've done something that people admire, but it can never fulfill you. You can never be happy. You know what I mean? It's not where happiness comes from.
I so badly want to be Catherine Hudson that I don't even want to look like Katy Perry anymore sometimes.
Okay.
The whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're, Gaga, we can't get, the frequency's weird, and, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna...
Did I sell my soul? I sold my soul for you. Now, figure that out. Talking about I sold my soul for you. For all you motherfuckers that's on here, that's asking me did I sell my soul, why the f*** y'all on here if y'all think I sold my soul? Y'all coming right with me, you dummies.
I've seen so many people forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not worth it.
In the music industry, it's still very much this exploitative thing. It's still very much people signing their life away, the old deal with the devil stuff. That is still going on. It's unbelievable in this day and age that is still going on.
So one night I was in my home studio, and it had to be like 8 to 10 people off in there. And we had beats and stuff playing in the background and everything. That's how we used to do it, everybody doing what they do, smoking, drinking and everything. And actually, it came down to it that dudes actually started being used by demonic spirits. And these spirits started speaking through them, Devils started speaking through them, talking to me, asking me, if I was going to sell my soul, telling me what I needed to do to take my career to the next level in darkness. I mean, dudes actually came up to me holding wads of money, saying, man, don't you want to make all this money?
You stupid. You talking about my beads, devil worshiping beads, cool, you hear me? But if you're a Christian, your Bible says you're supposed to love God, your neighbor as yourself, and your enemy. So if you're commanded to love me if I want to serve the devil. Are you a hypocrite?
A rapper kicks a female fan in the chest hard at a Polk County nightclub, and controversial video of the incident is blowing up online. Holly Bounds joins us now live from Lakeland outside Rumors nightclub. Holly?
Well, good evening to you, Jen. About 400 fans piled in here Friday night to see rapper Kevin Gates, but one who made it to the front row walked away in pain and headed to the hospital. A starstruck fan struck by the star himself. This video of a Lakeland teen getting a forceful kick from rapper Kevin Gates Friday.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander
on this earth.
And this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
Welcome back to our channel, to Unpolitically Correct. So as you saw the video just now, we wanted to get into a conversation. This started with us seeing what was going on with Kanye West. a lot of people sell their souls because they want the fame and the fortune, and then they realize that it's not all that it's cracked up to be. I know in the video we saw Katy Perry crying, and saying how sometimes she wishes that she can go back to, the old person that she was before Katie, which was, I believe, Katie Hudson. So what are your thoughts on this whole concept of selling your soul and what a lot of these celebrities do to get fame and fortune?
I watched that short clip and it's just so sad, like, what people will do for fame to get the money that they so desire. Even in the scripture it says, what does it profit a man to gain this whole world and lose his soul? Why? I don't know, like even like say upcoming artists, you see what about selling your soul and stuff, and you see how the celebrities before you, they say, they wish that they could get their old life back. You're seeing it. It's not coming out of our mouths, it's coming out of their mouths, the horse's mouth, right? They're saying it to you. They wish that they could get their old life back. They could be normal again, because it's just like they're being controlled. They are being controlled. You selling your soul to the devil just for a little fame. Was it Kanye that said it? He sold his soul to get some toys and a Happy Meal, or it's really sad. And it's like, I would never say, in retrospect, I wanted it to be a rapper or be an actor or get up there, and I hear all these things about selling your soul and you're not gonna be. I would never want to dibble dabble in that. Making deals with the devil. Who want to be dancing with the devil? Is that something that you really want to be, you really want to be a part of? No, like, it's just like so eerie to me. It's just so sad. It's not even just like shocking. It's more sad watching that video.
I've heard and seen a lot of things that the celebrities have said regarding selling their soul. Sometimes it's not as clear cut as people think it is. Like, some people, when they're talking about selling their soul, sometimes they're talking about how they sign contracts where they're not even allowed to say the name Jesus, And there's people who say, like, sometimes there's rituals conducted on even the music that they sing.
They cannot say the name Jesus, right? So if you notice in the video, it showed Lady Gaga while she was on her interview. Well, she said something about in the name of Lucifer.
Yeah, she said she swore to Lucifer.
That's she said, so where people, where we say, I tell you, man, in I swear the name of Jesus or something like that, but she didn't even want to say Jesus, I swear to you in the name of Lucifer. Who's going to be swearing in the name of Lucifer?
I've never heard.
Marge said, it's a certain contract that you sign that you cannot say the name Jesus. Guys, this is true. Open up your eyes. They are saying it right in front of you. She said it. She said it. She said it. Okay, I am just echoing what she said in the name of Lucifer. Where you people going around saying that? I don't even want it. Oh my gosh, it's really deep, demonic, and just really sad, scary sad.
It really is sad, and it just makes me think, even with Katy Perry, her whole story, because did you know that she started as a Christian artist? She started as a Christian artist, but she had an album, but the album wasn't successful. She even said herself, she didn't have success as a Christian artist, so she decided to start making music in the secular field. And that's how she started becoming famous. And a lot of these celebrities, they're so passionate about their career. Like, they want to make it so bad, because to them, it's like there's nothing more important than having that career going and having that fame. And a lot of them, sometimes they talk about their stories about how they grew up poor and, their family was scraping for pennies. So, they'll do whatever it takes. And they don't realize, okay, what is this little life compared to eternity? this short little tiny life that we have. What the most people usually live is 90 years compared to eternity. So you're gonna sell your soul just to have maybe hopefully 90 years of fame and fortune, and then to spend your eternity in the sunken place.
They're not thinking about eternity, Marge. They're not thinking about, that there's a heaven and there's a hell. They're thinking about the now. They're thinking about, how they, the type of lifestyle they want. They're thinking about their lifestyle. They're thinking about the money. They're thinking about the brands. They're thinking about what's flashing right now in the world. They are not thinking about their eternal soul. They're thinking about the now. They want the money now. So they got to do what they have to do for now. Okay. Even if it, and the thing is that, like, when you say, I sell my soul to the devil and stuff like that. But when you talk about it, yeah, you're just talking about it. Right. But when you're actually in it, right, and you're part of it, it's like a total different thing. It's just like somebody says, see me and live with me is two different things. You get me? But when you're actually in it, let me tell you, most of the time, you can't even get out of it, because this is a very serious contract. Okay? Do you hear me? It's a very serious contract. It's not no hopscotch where you could, I'm going in, get this right a couple months or a couple years, then I come back out. And then let me go back in and no. Once you're in, you are in. And it's just like so scared. I'm like, I don't even know how people gonna like do deals. Where do you, it's like, where do you know that you're doing deals with the devil? You get me? It's so scary. And if you notice, these celebrities, right, these artists, when they actually get to that point, when they get to the fame and they get to the cars and they get to the mansions and all of this stuff, they have all of it, right? And when you see most of them, when they're doing an interview, when they're performing, when they're just walking on the street, they look so sad, guys. They are so sad. It's just like their soul is not, it's just like everything is just taken from, they're so sad, they're so drained, because what? Money doesn't give you happiness. You might think it does. I mean, for a certain extent, but it doesn't.
In response to what you said, Kim, about a lot of these people get into these contracts and they can't come out, I feel like that's just a lie from the devil, like making them feel that, okay, I sold my soul. If I try to get out, I'm going to die, or, But what I think is you actually can come out, but are you willing to lose it all? Are you willing to lose your money, your home, your
it's not, Marge, listen, it's hard for them to, it's not like you can, like I said, Marge, this is a serious contract, right? It's a serious contract. It's not a contract where you could be like, okay, remember I said it, it's not a contract that you could like, go in for, it's a lifetime contract. They got you. You get me?
Yeah, but God is more powerful than any contract.
He is, but that's why you got to pick your poison. You got to choose which road you want to go on. That's why you got to think about these things before you sign on the dotted line with blood or whatever you're going to give your, because it's you might say, a lot of people want to come out the contract. You get me? Mm-hmm. But we're not a part of that contract, but let me tell you, it's easily said than done. Okay? It is.
I don't underestimate it. Like, I do believe, yes, there's consequences. I mean, when you play with the devil, when you play with fire, of course you're going to experience some burns. But what I want to say is that if you want to get out of the contract and you call on Jesus, you can get out of the contract. Yes, you might, there's going to be consequences, there's going to be, I mean, come on, you're trying to get out, Satan doesn't want, his ultimate goal is just to get souls, right? So if he sees you trying to change your life, he sees you trying to seek after God, of course, things are going to fall apart. But The question is, how bad do you want God? How bad do you want to make it into the kingdom? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yes, it might be hard, but it's not impossible. I think that anybody who wants to come out can come out. And I feel like Satan wants them to believe that they cannot come out. But Jesus is all powerful. He's God. We can't limit him. He can do anything. It all goes back to how bad do you want God? How bad do you want to not live this life anymore, and not how bad do you want to seek after the things of God? How bad do you want to make it into the kingdom? So yeah, I think it all goes down to that. I know before we were talking about Beyonce, a lot of people talk about Beyonce, and it's so interesting to see the progression of how, she started versus how she is now, and I know a lot of people talk about Sasha Fierce. I remember she was on the Oprah show, and she said how she was about to perform, and she lifted her hands, and she said she felt something come into her. And she said when Sasha Fierce takes over, she could sing in ways that she's unable to sing on her own. And she's able to perform with such power. And if she tried to do that by herself, she can try and try and try, but she can't. But when Sasha takes over, it's like, she's able to do all these things. And a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, they don't realize, I feel like they don't realize that it's a spiritual thing. They don't realize that they're dealing with demons. They're dealing with actual demonic entities, Not only are they're making deals with demonic entities, but they're giving these demonic entities permission to use them. Even with acting. I don't know if you heard about Denzel Washington when he was talking about how he spoke to basically a demon. He was telling the person who passed away, he said he spoke to the person and asked them to come into him, And these people are talking like, oh, yeah, that's what helped me become a better actor. And you wonder how these people they're able to act with such an ability that it's just incredible. Why? Because they're allowing these demonic entities to fill them, like to come into them.
And demon,
yeah,
it's very strong. They're very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play with that.
Right? You ever see some actor and it's like you don't even see the actor anymore. It's like you see the person that they're playing.
It's like Beyonce.
Right? And a lot of times people underestimate. They don't realize that the Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, against spiritual wickedness, rulers of darkness in high places. And these people don't realize that this is spiritual. This is a spiritual war. A lot of the things that are happening is like with the unseen eyes. Like we can't see demons, but we know that they're there. The Bible tells us that they're there, and we see them sometimes manifest in people. Like you hear people, even sometimes you hear on the news, like if you hear a news story, like I know I used to watch true crime a lot. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I would watch stories where people would say how, they killed someone, but they don't remember doing it. They felt like something came over them and they can't explain. And then sometimes you hear the victim say that they saw like when the person was attacking them, their eyes were completely black, and they'd never seen that before. And I think that's what people have to understand, that, when you're selling your soul, it's not just a simple ritual,
It's a lot of different things.
There's a lot that goes into it. You're making a literal deal with a demon. And I think if people understood that this is a spiritual war, if people understood that demons were real, I feel like a lot of things they probably would not even do.
Yes, Marge, I agree. Like, they would not do. And the thing is that too, like I said earlier, that people, they hear about selling your soul and stuff like that. But once they're actually in it, they are so sad. Like even in the clip that we showed with Cardi B, I think her clip was the first clip where she said, if the devil comes to you and offer you $100,000, he said that in return you have to turn your back to God. Would you take the $100,000 or will you turn your back? It's a choice. What do you think? Do you think that she was, I don't know, sometimes you hear them talk, but you're wondering did this really happen? Did the devil really come and, offer them that money in order for them to sell their soul, to, revoke God, not mention God, don't even think about God. You got to, I'm wondering if this is a personal question. You get me? So, but the thing is too, a lot of time these celebrities say these things up front for us to hear, but where they're, even when Kanye was singing in front of when he had his concert, and he was saying he sold his soul for $1,000, but he was singing it and everybody was like, like this is just all it's just we're thinking it's just like, people thinking it's just for entertainment, but listen to the words, people. Right. Wake up. These people are telling you, they tell you through interviews, right? They're telling you through their songs, they're telling you through movies, they're showing you through shows. Okay, so don't just take everything that you see on the media as entertainment. Listen. Okay.
I remember.
Listen.
Right. I remember Cardi B. Somebody had posted a clip where she was saying she was really upset, and she was like, a lot of these music songs that she does, she said she didn't even want to do them, and she said how she feels like her songs are activating demons. And as you said, I feel like even when the question that she asks about would you sell your soul if somebody, throw you 100,000 or whatever she said. I feel like she was probably even talking about herself, but she was just trying to make it seem like, it's a question that she threw out there. But I feel like it's something that she actually did. Wait, before I forget, let me talk about Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart had an interview with Kelly Clarkson, and Kelly Clarkson was even saying that, a lot of times people throw, thousands of dollars at her to get her to do something that she doesn't want to do. And then when she was saying that, Kevin Hart was like, shh, shh. He was telling her to shush because, he knew what she was talking about, because he probably gets those same offers, because when these people see that you're so talented and you have so much influence over people, they will throw money at you to get you to do things that might go against what you believe or might go against your values. And you end up doing them because the Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yes, sorry guys. I said 100,000, but the devil have to come with a higher price just to kind of lure you in under his spirit, demonic spirit, right? So she didn't say 100,000, guys. It was $100 million. $100 million. Okay. So I'm going to shoot to my community, to our community that's watching. I'd like to ask you this question. If the devil comes to you and offer you, I'm going to ask you the same question Cardi B asked, right? If the devil comes to you and asks you, would you sell your soul for $100 million to him? But you cannot, Jesus, he is revoked. You cannot say it. You cannot talk about Jesus. He's not a part of your religion, your relationship anymore. It's all about the devil. What would you take? The money or salvation? Jesus, right? What would you choose? Fame, vanity, the world, or huh?
I was just saying fame, which is fleeting, because look at Kanye. He got the fame, but look what's happening to him now.
I know. Look at even Kanye. Kanye is trying to pull himself out. Mm-hmm. And you know what? As you touch on Kanye, a lot of people, the thing is that we love to listen out for the negative, right? Mm-hmm. We love to like sing with the choir, the one that's talking about the negative. We love to listen out for the negative stuff and all talk about the same negative things. But yes, Kanye is a hot topic and stuff like that. But something that this man is talking about is the truth. Do you hear me? When all these deals and brands and stuff that he lost, I don't even think he's shedding a tear. He's definitely not shedding. He's shedding a tear that he lost those deals. No, because sometimes some of these contracts, guys, they are so bound. These people are so bound. Like, you're not even yourself anymore, because there's some things that you cannot say, some things you cannot do. There's contracts that you're so tied down in that you can't even come out of, right? So you're not even yourself anymore. It's just like you're a puppet on a string that, you know, that it's just like they cannot be themselves. So I think Kanye is just freeing himself mentally, physically, just like emotionally. He is just being free. Just brands and deals just letting him go one. I think that's just like an applause for him. Hooray on his part, because he ain't shedding no tear. He's actually happy, right? He wants to be. I think he's trying to find himself. And I know Marge said something about, you know, he gave his life to God or something like that. Marge, what was he saying?
Okay, I know we're talking about him and his pursuit of Christ, but I feel that it's like he has one foot in the world, one foot, you know, in trying to seek after God, but I feel like he doesn't have any discipleship. He doesn't have, you know, he has the wrong people around him. So as a result, I know some people say he's a Christian. I don't believe he's a Christian. I feel like he's trying, but he needs to get there, you know. And sometimes maybe it takes losing everything, you know. Maybe that's just what he needs, is to just lose it all, and maybe that will help him to focus on what he needs to focus on.
I mean, he's losing it, Marge. We see him. He's losing it publicly. Like, you know, he was a billionaire. No, he's a millionaire, because he was on the.
Somebody said he's a thousandaire now.
He's a thousand. But let me tell you guys, like what we were saying earlier, right? Once, I think Kanye, he's experienced it all. He's had it all. You know, he's been in the limelight. He know what fame is, right? And he know what this industry does. Right? So I think he just wants to free himself. He's experienced it all. Money, let me tell you again, guys, money, it doesn't complete you. It doesn't bring you happiness. You can't buy happiness with money, right? You could have 1,000, the billionaire, you could be a billionaire, you're still sad as hell. And somebody who just have couple $100 or maybe even $20 in their bank account, happier than you. You can't find, right? Compared to someone who's a billionaire, sad as hell, right? With no friends, because let me tell you, that attract a negative type of friendship, you know. Because let me tell you about friends. Well, you see, when you get to that level, right? Friends, them just draw to you because of what you have. You get me? Right. People that you wasn't even familiar with, or, you know, all type of different or negative spirits just attract to you. You get me? So I am not going to be on the bandwagon that say, yeah, stone Kanye, blah, blah, blah. Yes, he said some, you know, contradicting stuff and all of that stuff. But like I said in my previous, in our previous podcast, you got to take the sense from the nonsense, guys. Pick the sense from the nonsense, right? Listen to what the man is saying. Yes, he said some, as I said, contradicting stuff and, you know, like crazy, skeptical stuff, whatever. But I think that man is finding himself slowly, right? He's trying to take all this weight off of the industry and the brands and the deals and stuff. Even if he's 100-year, you said he's 1,000-year. Somebody said he's 1,000-year. Even if he's 100-year, I don't think that man will still be happy. Okay, I don't think he will try to pull himself back into what he's trying to come out of. Right? That's what I think. That's my thought.
You know, speaking of what you were saying about celebrities, you know, a lot of them are not happy. You see a lot of this happening with celebrities having a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of, you know, fame and fortune, and they're miserable. Sometimes they're committing suicide, you know, because of all the attention that they attract. It causes them to start dealing with mental illness, you know. You see a lot of people having mental illness. They're dealing with bipolar depression, you know, you see them struggling with addiction, you know. It's just all this fame, all this attention, you know, even the deals that they make is attracting demons. And I like what you said about how sometimes, you know how like we dismiss people, like, yes, maybe sometimes they have mental illness. We know, you know, some of these celebrities deal with mental illness, but sometimes what they're saying, if you actually listen, a lot of the things that they say make sense, you know. And what happens is once these celebrities start talking about Jesus, the first thing that happens is what? They get dismissed as crazy, you know. You know, Kanye West, Orlando Brown, you know, he started talking about Jesus, and guess what? He said he lost his wife, he lost his children, he lost everything. You see, once these celebrities, they decide, you know what, I'm tired of living for the dark side, you know, I want to turn my life around. Guess what happens? You start losing things, you know. The media starts painting you as crazy, as a loony bin. You know, they start twisting your words, because a lot of times people say things, and what the media does is turn it and put a different spin on it. The media will take a snippet of what he said and say, okay, this is what he's trying to say. The whole world now is like dropping him like a hot potato, you know. And that's what happens to a lot of these celebrities. Kanye West is not the first one. Yes, maybe like people say, yeah, he has no filter, you know, and he says he just keeps going and going when he should close his mouth. But he's not the first person to go through this. There's a lot of celebrities. What that comedian, I forgot his name, Cat Williams, remember? He was talking about the name that shall not be named. We'll put that on the screen.
Yes. Man, I tell you, man.
Videos came out to show that he was crazy and to show him doing things, and like the media started trying to paint him as crazy. So that's why a lot of times these celebrities, they don't want to talk, and they say things like in bits and pieces, or, you know, they don't really say the whole thing because they're afraid that if they say something, their career will fall apart, and the media will start painting them as crazy people.
Yes, and it's not even, I don't even think that is more so their career, Marge, because, you know, once you're in something, like, you know, you're just tired of it, you just want to get out. I think that they're protecting their family. I think that just like, I think they're protecting their family. I think they're protecting, you know, their kids. Like, I think they just want out. They're just tired of being tired, and they just want to get out. And as you see, my heart, when I was watching the clip of Katy Perry, and she's just talking, she's talking just from, you can see she's talking from her heart, that she says she wish she could get back Catherine, I think her name is Catherine. She could wish she could be Catherine again.
Yeah.
You know, but in your mind, you know, you watch that family. What are you thinking? Are you just watching? Sometimes you just gotta watch and, you know, kind of, you gotta think and be like, why are these people? What's the emotions? You know, why do they talk with so much emotion? And what's the definition behind the conversation, right? Or behind the statement that they said, right? So in my mind, when I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, you know, she's crying. You can feel that it's heartfelt, right? She just wished, but why can't she be Catherine? Why can't she be herself? Even if she's not performing, why can't she be herself? Why is it just like she's screaming? Catherine inside, Katy Perry is screaming to get out, right? But it's just like she can't. Like, she want to be free. She want to be herself. And that's what I'm saying, that, you know, when you go into before you make a decision to go into something that you cannot get out of, think about it carefully, guys. This is really deep.
But
that's why they call it Hollyweird. Hollyweird, guys.
Weird, right?
Hollyweird.
But Kimmy, let me just say this. I know no celebrities probably will see this video unless, God wills it for any celebrity to see. But just in case a celebrity came across this video, I would just want them to know that they can be free. You can be free. You can be free. But there's going to be a price that you have to pay for the freedom. Yes. Okay. Things might fall apart, but how badly do you want to be free? How badly do you want to be saved? How badly do you want to walk away from the darkness and seek after God? It all goes back to how badly do you want God? That's all it goes back to. Because if you try to free yourself with your own power, you cannot. You don't have the power to do that. But you're going to need a supernatural power, which is God. And that's just what I want to say. If any celebrity comes across this video, I just want them to I don't want them to feel like, okay, this is the end for me. This is it for me. But they can be free.
Yes, man. I just pray for their souls. Let me tell you, man, it's nothing good. Let me tell you guys, it's nothing good when you're making a deal with the devil. There's nothing good that can come. Yes, you're going to see the glitz of the glamour for a while, right? But then there's nothing good. There's never happiness, complete happiness that you're going to have. It's only temporary, guys. It's only temporary. Okay? What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Would you sell your soul to get a temporary gain from this world? Would you? You got to think about it. You got to think about these things. Okay?
A lot of things that he throws at you. Yes, it seems amazing. You used to make a little bit of money, minimum wage, and all of a sudden you have millions in your account. All of a sudden, you used to live in a one apartment bedroom. All of a sudden you're living in a mansion, so yes, it seems good. I'm not going to lie and say that, the things that you get are not amazing. Because if it wasn't amazing, Satan wouldn't throw it at you. Look at, even in the example of Jesus, what happened when Jesus was fasting for 40 days and 40 nights? Satan came to him, and Satan told him one of the things that he tried to tempt him with. He said, I will give you these kingdoms if you bow down to me, but Jesus already owns the kingdom. He said this world is not his kingdom, but he has his kingdom, right? So the same thing that Satan tried to do with Jesus, basically that's what he's doing with people on this earth. He said, this I will give you if you bow to me. I will give you houses. I will give you money. I will give you career. I will give you fame. I will give you a beautiful wife. I will give you all these amazing things. But at what cost? At what cost? And at the end of the day, you might get all these things and you realize that you're still not fulfilled. You're still unfulfilled because why? The only way we can be fulfilled is through our relationship with Jesus, because we were created to have a relationship with Jesus. And when we're trying to fulfill ourselves with material things that are vanishing, things that are temporary, the Bible talks about treasures of earth where moth and dust corrupt. We're trying to fill ourselves with these things. And no matter what, we're unfulfilled. We're unhappy. True joy comes from our relationship with Jesus Christ. And that is where we will find true happiness.
It's really hard because you see so many people, fall for this.
A lot of these celebrities, if they do the wrong thing or they say the wrong thing, they will get a lot of hate and a lot of attack in the media and as well on their social media. That's why you notice a lot of them, sometimes they say, oh, they're deleting their social media. because they're getting so much attack. And after a while, as a human being, that affects your psyche. And that's why a lot of them deal with mental illness, because they thought they wanted the fame. And then when the fame came, all these crazy people started coming, saying these things. I remember seeing a video with Khloe Kardashian, and she was saying how she used to love herself until she saw like people saying things about her, like saying that she was fat and saying all these things. And as a result, she said she developed body dysmorphia, which is a mental illness. As you said, you see this fame.
It's a complete transformation.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
fame before, look at her now. Oh my gosh.
Right, because of all this fame attracts these weirdos and these people saying things about your body. And then you used to love yourself. All of a sudden you say, wait a minute, maybe I am fat. Wait a minute. Maybe my nose is too big. Wait a minute. Maybe I need a boob job, because all these people are saying these things. And as a human being, a lot of people, they can't handle it. Fame, like I remember somebody said fame is not normal, because as a human being, it does something to your psyche. It does something to your mind. It changes you. And that's why these people end up with mental illness.
A lot of negative crowd comes with that, right? Because you want people who want to also be in that limelight with you and stuff like that. So they're not there for, like to be a good friend, to be there by your side. So if you're actually, you need someone honest and true person, a real person to talk to, they're not there for that. They're just always want to be with you. They want to be by your side. If you're going to a certain show, because they want to be in that spotlight too. So it's just like it draws a negative crowd, right? And it also draws like these like demonic spirit. And when I say demonic spirit, in terms of the devil, he works through people, right? That is a spirit. He goes through people, then he comes and they present themselves to you. So it's nothing good, guys. It's nothing good that comes with this so-called selling your soul and trying to get to fame and stardom and all of that stuff. Don't believe just seeing them on the TV screen or on your social media and saying like, oh, couple goals. Couple goals. Trust me, guys. It's not everything that glitter is gold. Don't trust the glitz and the glamour, because once these people take off their makeup and take off them clothes and back in their own space, you don't know what's going on through their head. That's why we cover and talk about mental illness, right? Because a lot of them, that's why you see a lot of them commit suicide. A lot of them end up being in these we call them rehab. A lot of them in rehab, right? Trying to get themselves back to who they were, right? Trying to tap back into that, because it just like overcomes them. Like it's just too much. There's so much thing that one person can bear or manage, right? So please be sure in what you're dabbling, what type of spirits you're playing with, what type of spirits you're inviting. Because trust me, spirits are nothing for play with. You hear me? Do not play with these spirits, these demonic devil spirits, because when you sell your soul to them, listen, they're coming for what's theirs. Okay, what you promise them coming for it.
They say the grass is greener on the other side. But of course, if you're looking on the other side, the grass is going to be greener because you're not taking care of your own grass and looking at your own side. And manicuring your own, making sure it's cut. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of that. So you're focused on what people are doing, and they're looking at it, and you're seeing the limelight. You're seeing it looks like, oh, hallelujah, and it's amazing. But what does the Bible say? Set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth. So if you're setting your affection on the temporary things that look glamorous and look amazing and look wonderful, that's why you're going to end up making these deals with the devil. And that's
yes. That's true, Marge. That is true. That is so true. That is so true. Okay, guys. So please, if you loved this podcast, or if you'd like to add anything to what we didn't cover, please be sure to drop it in the comment section. Sound off down there, go crazy down there. I would love to go to the comment section. We would love to go to the comment section and see what we have missed, or I'd like to hear what's on your thoughts as well. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that your notification bell is turned on. And please don't forget to like the video if you're loving it. All right. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to another podcast. So, Marge, do you have any other thing to add?
Guys, keep your focus on Jesus. That's all. Because if you're focusing on the things around you and what people have and what you don't have and what you want and what you wish you had, you're going to end up going down the dark hole, down the dark side. You're going to end up falling for Satan's devices, which is what he has been doing from the beginning, trying to deceive humanity, trying to get as many souls in hell as possible. That's his ultimate goal. So, guys, keep your focus on Jesus.
On Jesus. And it's not everything that glitter, guys, is gold. So my question to you is, have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Okay. Okay, guys. Bye. See you in the next one.
Bye. So many people who think that they're woke are all asleep. They're going through motions, they're blind to the reality. They're loving their lives and they don't understand prophecy. You can show them the scriptures and yet they just will not believe. Their hope is in teachings that they have learned from other men. Share the truth and you'll lose some of your family and your friends. Most pastors are preaching as if nothing is going on. Their discernment is missing, and listen, something's very wrong. The Bible's unfolding, scoffers are in pews of a church. They're in love with religion and they really don't know the word. They think they have wisdom and they think they know what is best. They act before praying and the spirits they never test. They're good at giving their money, they're good at their routine, but they never ask Jesus, tell me, what does this really mean? They give God some hours and they're giving all of their tithes, but the heart is deceitful and God wants more than sacrifice. He would rather us listen, he would rather that we obey. He watches our hearts more than our actions and what we say. It's time to repent, it's time to get back on our knees. Be sober, be vigilant so that we can really see.